Yeah, I did. The Caps had a little ceremony for me at I think it was 5 after 10 this morning. So went in the locker room and Ovi presented to me, and just good to see the guys, and it was nice to put on, that's for sure.
The guys were pretty excited for you yesterday when they were talking about, especially Ovi. He said he was pretty excited for you. What's it going to be like going up against them tonight?
Yeah, obviously I think when you win the cup, it's a special group in the locker room. So I was only there for a year, but I made some friendships there that are going to last forever, and I think it's going to be special tonight just to go up against the team that you won the cup with, the biggest trophy in sports. And but I've been there before. I've been on enough teams now that not that it's something you get used to, but I go about my routine the same way as I do on game day and just go out and play.
So were you able to take part in those epic party scenes with Ovechkin during the summer?
Well, I was not in Russia, but I sure was close to them after we won, that's for sure.
What do you think of that ring?
It's awesome. I think it represents so much. Every guy has his own story type, and but at the end of the day, you need every single guy in the locker room to win a cup, and I think that was special. Just that's what I told the guys today, was that in the summer I was actually the last guy to get the cup on my day. I was at end of August, and you kind of look through social media or the internet, you see all guys set up their day and how they spend it with their families and the people that they care for, and that's what I said, was that I was so grateful for being part of that group and all the hard work that we put in together, and it's memories that's going to last forever.
Did you show the ring to the guys in this room? What did they think of it?
I came back here. There's only a few minutes before the skate. A couple guys have seen it, and some of the equipment guys, but actually not so sure where it is now, so I got to go get my hand on that.
They said it's the hardest trophy to win, but how hard did it feel to go that far and that long?
importance of the penalty kill and maybe the difficulty of killing penalties against Ovechkin in this Capitals, their top unit in particular, why they're so hard to kill against?
Well, obviously it's 5 guys. They got 5 weapons out there, and I mean, obviously with the Ovi, it's to an extreme point, and I mean we're aware of it, but they still have 4 other guys out there, so it's going to be a good test.
He's been standing in that spot blasting away for years. And, people might say, why not just go stand next to him? It's obviously not that simple. What happens when you overplay Ovechkin?
That's when the 4 other guys comes into play. I mean, they just look at the players they have. Kuznetsov is probably one of the best ones in the league right now, and Backstrom is a really good player too. So they got a lot of weapons, and they have players that play together for a long time now, and I think that's the key for them.
Blocking those shots as the defenseman killing the penalty when he winds up, that can't be fun. That's got to be one of the tougher things to do.
Yeah, I mean, he could get the shot off from pretty much everywhere. So it's we have to defend collectively today.
Does the game against Penguins and all their firepower kind of at least get you guys maybe a bit more ready for a game against Washington, which has a lot of firepower?
Yeah, I could say that, but it's different players, different team, different style of hockey. I mean, this is it's a pretty heavy group combined with that skill. So it's they won last year for a reason, and like I said, it's gonna be a good challenge.
Does Chiasson feed you guys any kind of details about how they like to play at all after spending some time with them last year?
No, I mean, we probably had to talk to the coach, but no, we're focusing on our game. I mean, I thought we've been playing pretty good hockey lately, and I don't think we should change so much. And I mean, we want to have a 60-minute game. That's what we're looking for.
You want to be
head coach.
Yeah, swallow it.
Thanks, Jason. Todd, I just wanted to ask about the Caps and their power play in particular. It's obviously going at a really good clip this year, but it's been largely the same formation for some time, yet still it works. Some think just go stand someone next to Ovechkin, but what happens when you overplay Alex?
Well, when you overplay Alex, then Kuznetsov, Backstrom, Carlson, and Oshie score. So the best penalty kill against that team after analyzing everything is don't take the penalty. And it's as simple as that. We can't play on our heels. We can't play afraid to engage, but we've got to play smart. We've got to check with our legs, keep our sticks on the ice, and avoid the penalty box as much as we can. But teams have tried a lot of different formations to try and take away Washington's power play. Obviously, Ovechkin's a key. But while you're trying to shadow him a little bit, the other guys are doing some damage. So just a really well-constructed power play, confident. All pieces are a threat, not just 2 or 3. And, I'm glad we only see them twice a year. Would love to see them 9 times a year. So we'll see what happens.
Alex Chiasson made himself a lot of fans with his game the other night. What did you guys see in him that made you realize that this is a guy that we want on our roster and he can contribute?
Well, we were sitting here in late August, like every other team, when we talk about guys that don't have anything. And what I mean by that is contracts or tryouts. And Gully, who was able to coach him, I believe a little bit in Dallas, but a lot in Calgary, brought his name up. And he was a big proponent of bringing him in and giving him an opportunity. And the call was made, and Alex accepted the opportunity. And he played a reliable game throughout training camp, earned a roster spot, and then was patient enough to wait to get in. His impact on the game the other night, I don't have to repeat it. You guys watched it. It was a really positive one. And Gully has said that he's a streaky scorer. He can get going a little bit, and he can do things, detailed things. So he'll get another opportunity tonight to do that. And I think he'll be pretty fired up, considering his old mates are sitting 20 feet down the aisle from him. And it's an exciting night for him.
Todd, just based on the skate with Zach and Jesse, it seemed like they're the guys who will be out tonight. Specifically to Jesse's game, how do you balance wanting to help develop a young player, but at the same time needing to win, which is obviously the most important thing in the NHL?
Well, as far as the roster goes, first of all, they're doing a little bit of work. Cass didn't skate yesterday. I have to get injury updates on Cass, Kajula, Chiasson. I think Chiasson's going to be okay to play. Benning won't be in, Ratty won't be in. So there's a number of moving pieces after the optional skate. So, you can read what you want into it. As far as Jesse goes, Jesse's an important part of our team, our organization, and his development has to get going where he has a positive impact on the game every night. And I think there's still confusion in how that impact can come. It's not always goals and assists. As we've seen, there hasn't been many of those. But there's other areas of the game that are important, and young player, yes, but NHL 3 years, and we have to treat him like we do just about every other player and hold him accountable. So that's where we're at.
When you look at his development, because of his age and he's so young, I don't know if it's your decision or if it's a combination with the GM. Is the AHL an option where a young player can go and play a lot of minutes in a lot of different situations that right now he probably just isn't capable of doing at the NHL?
Well, let's leave Jesse out of the equation. Let's talk about the young players. For Evan Bouchard, that's not an option. There's that type of young player in the league where they either play here and develop and get practice time and try and grow their game and fit into a team environment, or they have to go back to junior. There's other players that fit the mold where they can do it in the minors, and then there's another group that just get past waivers, and you have to make a decision on whether or not you want to risk losing that individual to waivers to get them down or develop them here. But development's ongoing. It goes on forever. Connor McDavid's still developing. Leon's developing. In Washington, some may say, and the Washington people could probably answer the question, Ovechkin developed last year. his leadership skills and the way he led that team to their championship, some of the things that he did in the playoffs, that was development 10, 11, 12 years into his career, so it never ends.
Thank you.
Good.